Hello, my name is Haley. Welcome back to my second TED Talk for Advanced English in our Genius Hour project. So starting out, I'd like to let you all know a little bit about Genius Hour in general. Genius Hour is an 8-week thread of each of us picking a project and going along with that project. It is designed for us to work in our own time and gain knowledge in that particular project. Each week we do a blog on Thursdays, which we work on all day, and we recap of what we learned and did that week. I think this is personally a great idea. It's helped me so much throughout just staying focused in my own time and keeping up to date on everything that I can do. So for my Genius Hour this go around, I went with leatherwork. I think this was a really good project for me as it kept me busy in both English and in my ag class. I started out with consulting with my ag teacher, Mr. Rabine, since he is a jack of all trades in leatherwork and he's done a lot throughout his years. He actually gave me some very, very good pointers, and I thought that he did a fantastic job of instructing me through my project. He actually offered to order my leather for my very first project, which was my belt, and that was the main focus of my entire Genius Hour thread. He ended up ordering the leather for me, and while I was waiting for it to come in, I did a lot of practice on just regular old pieces with the stamping and everything, and just trying to get it conditioned to the point where I had a steady enough hand to finish my final project of the belt. I started out with a lot of YouTube videos, which helped me so much in showing me what to do and how to do it without taking up too much of Mr. Rabine's time. The first thing that I made was kind of this little bookmark out of leather. I first started out making a 1/4-inch border and trying to stamp a basket weave pattern. It didn't turn out as well as I thought, but for my first time stamping anything, I thought it did an okay job. Put some border stamps on there, and that was the first one done. I expected to get started right on my belt after I got this completed, but Mr. Rabine actually did not order the leather for my belt for another couple weeks after. So that was one main challenge that I faced. I had to keep myself busy and keep myself learning for this TED Talk and for just my weeks throughout Genius Hour. So the second thing that I made was a little coaster, and I cut a square of leather and I basket weaved it again. I think I did a much better job on this one. I even put a stamp of my initial in the middle just to get me kind of familiar of what I wanted to do. And instead of making a little bit of a border on this one, I just went right ahead and started with that. And I think this one turned out pretty good for my second ever thing, and I was pretty proud of it. And once the leather finally came in for my belt, I began by shaping the belt itself and cutting this. And I actually needed some help with this one because I honestly had no idea what to do. So Mr. Rabine was a great help to me. I got everything shaped, my holes punched, and then it was time to get to work. I put the same 1/4-inch border on this belt as I did on my very first project, and I started the basket weave right in the middle after stamping my name, which I think turned out very well after I got everything centered, and the basket weave turned out almost perfectly. I had no mess ups whatsoever, and I was able to finish this whole belt in about 2 weeks, which I thought was fantastic because I was running a little bit low on time. So I finished off by finishing my border. I stamped holes for the conches and the Chicago screws. And the last thing on my agenda was to stain this leather and paint my name. And the stain was actually another challenge that I faced because I bought a very light brown stain and it ended up being very dark. But the final product I think turned out very well, and I'm very proud of what I had accomplished in such a short time. I think the biggest issue that I faced with this project is that I did not follow my action plan at all. I really wanted to get a custom pair of Hey Dude tops done, by the end of this, and I have not even started because of some of the earlier challenges that I faced. But I think with the way that my belt turned out, I am very proud of everything that turned out, and I think I did a fantastic job of learning what I need to do and continue this project throughout the rest of my life. My main takeaway from this video is to always rely on yourself first, and if you need something done, to get it done. I'm not blaming anyone for this, but I think it's a great lesson in my life to always make sure that something gets done and not just kind of slack off and let other people control it. You need to take control of everything. Thank you.